Hi there, so today's class is a full warrior flow. The sequence, the flow evolves around warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse warrior and warrior 3. We're going to get straight into it and enjoy the class. Take my modifications where you need to, stop when you need to, and if anything doesn't suit you today, then please just leave it, modify it, add your own little bit of choreography to it, if that makes this practice a happier place for you. So nice and long in our child's pose. Just getting to notice your breath for the first time maybe today. Notice it to how it is, how it feels, whether it's full and calm, or maybe a little rush because you've been rushing around to get to this place here to do your practice on your mat. While we're in our child's pose, we're going to bring one hand through the space between the other hand and knee, just tucking the shoulder under, just threading the needle through, just to notice our shoulder. And then we're going to bring our hands into prayer. We're going to come up onto our underneath elbow and create a little twist as we turn to the side of our mat. And just try and sort of turn you to your hands rather than force your hands to you. And we're going to wrap our top hand behind our back, come up to our knees and bring our other hand to our hip and just take a twist. And then just see if you can soften your gaze, and if it helps you, just take that bound arm to the floor and just let that prop you up a little bit. Now as you turn to face your knees, slide your hands all the way out. As you slide them forward, lift your hips off your knees and just bring your elbows, your chin, your chest, if it will go there, to the mat, into this little puppy dog, which is a bit of a sort of a mimic of cow pose from the cat-cow. And then as you slide your hands in, come all the way back into your child's pose, just bowing your head. Nice breath in through the nose and just maybe exhale out through those shoulders. Let's bring your other arm underneath you. So we're sliding it underneath like you were sliding under your sofa to reach something. Reaching out through your other arm. And then placing the hands into prayer here. Coming up onto your underneath elbow as you twist to the other side of your mat. Trying to stack your shoulders and twist yourself to your hands. And then wrapping that top arm behind your back, and as you come up to your knees, placing your free hand on your thigh and just creating a lovely gentle twist, and that other hand there, it needs to just come rest on your mat or your toes and prop you up. Now we take our gaze to the top of the mat. Keep going with those hands, slide them out until your hips come off your heels and you come into this puppy dog, baby back bend. Try and get a nice broad feeling across your shoulders. Can breathe nice and wide into your diaphragm. And nice and opening those hips, belly in. And then slide it all the way back in and just touch the mat or touch your heels with your hips. Come over and up onto your knees and hands, top of cat. Let's move through just 3 or 4 rounds of cat-cow. Just exhale, inhale. High into your cat spine and wherever feels good and rich into your cow pose. Just if it's early morning for you, your back bends might not feel great just yet. Just warm to them. At the end of the day, you might feel you've got limitless movement in your body. Let's take a downward facing dog. First downward dog, again, if it is morning, your hamstrings might need a little wake up. Say good morning to them. Just come from your bed to your mat. They might just rebel a little bit. Again, if it's the end of the day, you might feel amazing and loose. And you can dance out that downward facing dog. And then rise to your toes and lower your heels, just a little bit of stillness here in our down facing dog. Coming over the top of the cat spine until you land in your plank. High plank, which can be modified on your knees, those of you that need to. And then just using as much as your body as you need to use to get yourself onto your belly. Move your hands if you need to as well. So many variations of Cobra to suit so many different flexibilities of backs. Let's just take our first Cobra, be it tiny Sphinx pose, whether it's high in your Cobra. And then all the way back down through your chest, chin, nose and forehead. Just bow into your mat. I think one is never enough, especially first practice. So let's look at it again. Make adjustments so it feels maybe a lot better than the first. And then all the way back and down. Still keeping that little light lift tummy away from your t-shirt. Let's take one more of those. Let's make a little sequence now. So we're going to sit back, and as we sit back, we're going to bring our right hand underneath our left arm and thread that needle through that we just practiced. Bringing your hands into prayer, coming up onto your right elbow as you twist to your thigh. Wrapping your left arm behind your back, bringing your right hand to your hip as you twist. Turning to face the top of the mat, and as you slide the hands forward, lifting the hips off the heels into your puppy dog. Bringing those hands in enough so that you can lift up into downward facing dog. Riding the wave as you come over your cat spine and come into your plank. Taking your way down to your belly. And as you inhale, find that Cobra that you relished third time a moment ago. As you sit back to your child's, bring your left arm underneath the space between your right hand and knee. Bring your hands into prayer. Come up onto your left elbow as you sort of twist into your palms. Wrap your left arm behind your back, your right hand behind your hip as you deepen that twist. And as you slide forward, inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Namaste. Just coming back into your child's pose, coming over the top of your cat spine. And let's return to our downward facing dog, whether you just hold it in stillness or whether you walk it out, whatever feels right for you. Making sure there's no tension in the neck, so even if you're holding your down dog, maybe just get a little movement around through the head and neck. A little awareness to your alignment, and as you walk to the top of your mats, let's bring our hands to our shin bones. Lovely spacious stretch for your back. Weight is forward of your heels, try not to be heavy in your heels. And then take a fold to your legs with as much knee bend as you need, and just take your arms either in front of or behind your legs like a rag doll. And just let a breath find your way here. And then as you inhale, hands coming back to your shins, to that spacious back, and reach the arms up. As you reach up, catch hold of your right wrist and take a little side stretch over to your right with enough movement that you can turn your chest maybe to face the ceiling there. Or maybe it's the sky for you. And back to center. Do the same the other side. Sort of gently pushing your hips the opposite way to the way you're stretching your arms. And all the way back. Bring your left arm forward and your right arm back. Drop your shoulders and lengthen your arms. And then as you lift, like scissors cutting at the top, let's go the other way. And as the arms reach all the way up, bringing your hands to your chest or bringing your hands to your sides if you prefer. Inhale as you circle out the arms. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Lift the chest to gaze so your back is flat. And fold to your legs with straight or bent legs. Inhale, lift the chest and just take a step back on your right leg. And just allow your back knee to lightly tap the mat. And then straighten both legs out like a pyramid shape. And move between those two moves of low lunge and our pyramid legs. Let's do that one more. Let's get a little bit of movement and mobility in our legs. And then as you lower this time, slide all the way back to your hips or to your heel with your hips. And if it feels good, bring your hands on the inside of your foot and walk those hands further forward. A little power in your back. As you come in, we're going to lift the left arm and twist in. If you want a little bit more than that, lift your back knee off the floor and fire up that back leg. Bring your hand outside of your foot. Step back to a plank and come all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, find that cobra that you relished. And exhale, find downward facing dog. Back to our down facing dog. Have a look at your hands, step, walk, jump if it's already there for you. And fold to your legs, exhale. Take a breath in, extending the arms high, taking a side stretch to your right side. And back into the middle and over to your left side. And back into the middle, left arm forward, right arm back as we look over our right hand. Cut those scissors at the top and go the other way. Reaching the arms high. And as you exhale, folding forward, Tadasana, forward fold. Lifting the chest again, stepping back on your left leg this time and lightly tapping the mat with that knee. And then two straight legs like pyramids. And just moving, just seamlessly moving between low and straight. One more. So if your mat was hot, you just lightly tap. And then two straight legs, left heel pushing back and down. Bringing that back knee to the floor, we're going to slide our way back to our heel. Both hands on the inside of your leg and just trying to bring your hands further forward to create a little bit of power in the back, but some challenge into that hamstring. As you come into your low lunge, your right arm lifts, you twist in with the option to lift your back knee off the floor. Bringing your hand outside of your foot this time, step back to your plank and bring yourself all the way down onto your belly. Inhale as you find your low or your higher cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's take our right leg off the floor, 3-limb down facing dog. I've got a lot of room behind me here because I need all the room in front of me today. But stretching that leg up. Flexing out through the heel and lowering that leg down, sliding my leg down my wall. Mind my plant as we take our left leg high, stretching that leg high. And then flexing out through the heel and lowering that leg down. That felt really nice. Let's do that one more each side. Right leg lifts. Maybe this time just take a knee bend and just drop the heel to the opposite hip and see if you can turn your thigh like you did when you were in that side bend standing with your body. See if you can sort of rotate your thigh to look up at the ceiling or the sky. And then straighten that leg up, hip square, and lower that leg down. Last one here on the left leg, lifting. Dropping the heel to the bottom, the knee spinning to the sky, the inner thigh, feeling that slight rotation up. And then lift that leg back and lower that leg down to your downward facing dog. Let's take a little walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Hands to your shin bones and folding forward, exhale. Taking a breath in, extending the arms, and Tadasana. Let's start find the beginning of our full warrior flow. Let's take a knee bend and come into chair pose, hands pressing into your heart here. Let's take your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh and just create a gentle twist. And then back to the top of that chair. And let's go the other way, the same. And back to our chair. Hands to mat, forward fold. Lift the chest to gaze and step or jump to plank. Come right down onto your belly using your knees if you need to, and as you inhale, let's find a cobra. Tucking the toes under and downward facing dog. Taking your right leg off the mat into 3-limb down facing dog, bending knee. Bringing your foot in between your hands and your back foot to the floor. And as you inhale, find your first warrior, your warrior one. And maybe you want to link the 3 fingers together and point the index and the thumb to the ceiling or any other hand mudra that you like to take on. We're going to take a dive forward in our warrior and try and keep this feeling of upward momentum, lift and control. Taking the hands behind the back, rolling the shoulders down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And as you fold forward, you're just going to fold your head onto the inside of your knee there and lift your arms to wherever you feel comfortable with your shoulders. Or maybe there's a little bit more wiggle room in your shoulders today, and maybe there isn't, it doesn't matter. And then just making sure there's no tension in the neck and your back leg feels strong and your front leg doesn't feel too loaded. And then bringing your hands all the way back, so you're still in that dive, and we're going to bring the arms back forward in front of you, making your hands back into that steeple mudra and coming all the way back to your warrior one. Framing your foot with your hands as you step back to plank and coming all the way down onto your belly. As you inhale, find your cobra, and as you exhale, your downward facing dog. Taking your left leg off the mat and finding a knee bend. Bringing that foot in between your hands as you spin your back foot to the floor. Let's come up into our warrior one. Down into your legs, wherever you feel comfortable. Diving it forward. Having the control to feel like you've got a lift in your body, that you're not sinking. Taking your arms in front of you to behind you, linking your hands. Shoulders down, squeezing the shoulder blades, heart open. And just letting your head come in onto the inside of your knee. As you weave your arms higher, wherever they're happy to go, just dropping the gaze, lengthen the neck. Checking out that back leg, does it look strong and powerful? Coming back to that dive, and the arms coming from behind to in front of you again, and up into your warrior one. Exhale. Let's frame our foot with our hands and take a vinyasa. Maybe this time we could find a chaturanga if you're warming up now, find an up dog, or stay with your cobra today. And downward facing dog. Exhale, that first warrior. So that warrior from now on will become a transition. Take a gaze at your hands and then walk, step or jump to the top of your mat, back is flat. Forward to your legs, exhale. And let's bring the arms high. Dropping into our chair pose, no twist this time. And folding forward, Uttanasana. Lift the chest to gaze, back is flat. Step or jump to your plank and find your vinyasa now. Whether it's upward dog or cobra and downward facing dog. Let's take our right leg off the mat. And then bring that leg through in between your hands, your back foot to the floor. And come up into your warrior one. Taking a dive forward. Now spinning onto your back toes, bring your hands to your heart and lift into a warrior three. Tipping your nose over your toes. Now you can just hold that if you're not sure, if you're a little unsure about your balance and your strength. Or we're going to take 3 little knee bends here. So we're going to bend and we're going to straighten. Wobbling's good. If you fall out of it, just come back into it. Doesn't matter, just put your toes down and come back. One more, down and back. Now we're going to sweep the arms back in front of you and carefully step back. Warrior one. Frame the foot with the hands. Step back to your plank. We're going to come down chaturanga. But then we're going to go straight back to our plank and downward facing dog. Back to down dog. Take our left leg off the mat and bring that left leg through. Back foot to the ground. We're up into our warrior one and dive in that warrior forward. Spinning onto the toes of your back foot and lifting into your warrior three. Hands can come underneath your heart for balance if that helps you. Bending that knee a little bit or lows. Take 3 nice knee bends with me. and then down and up. Nice and powerful in that back leg behind you. Don't forget that back leg. One more. And back. And then carefully step back. Inhale up into your warrior one. And exhale, frame your foot. Step back to your plank, your vinyasa this time. Through your cobra or your upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Exhale. So a nice open space between our hands here and the weight pushing forward to our fingers. We want our heels gently pressing down, but we could always have a little wiggle out of our toes if we wanted to. And knees are lifted, our thighs, our lower belly, and our chest is open. And as you gaze at your hands, you walk in or jump in to the top of your mat. Back is flat. Fold into your legs, exhale. And extending the arms high on a breath in. Coming to Tadasana. Exhale, 2 warriors. Let's add another warrior. Circle the arms, inhale. Straight into our forward fold this time. Exhale. Lift the chest gaze, weight is forward, step or jump. And find your vinyasa. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg leaves the mat. And bring your right leg in between your hands. Help it if it needs it. Back foot to the floor. On a breath in, we find our warrior one. And we dive our warrior forward. Spin onto your back toes. Lifting the back leg into your warrior 3. Stepping back carefully to your warrior 1. Let's open it and add our 3rd, our warrior 2. And just getting a little bit of clarity in your alignment here. So just a one-time side angle, just to build a sequence, arm to thigh, extending your left arm over. Or maybe you're warm enough to bring your hand to your mat or your block if you use one, and extend all the way out. Side angle pose. Dropping your hips if that's there in your practice, if your hips will oblige. But from your foot on the ground all the way out through your left fingertips. Feel like you've got all this energy and height. Come back to your warrior 2. So nice proud warrior spine. Shoulders are down, arms are long. Bringing your left arm over as you frame your foot. And step back if you can to a 3-limb plank. Cross your right foot and just tuck it on top of your left toes. Take your chaturanga from here. Come back to your plank, lift your right leg and land it back in plank. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Take our left leg off the mat, 3-limb down dog. Bring that leg in between your hands and your back foot to the floor. Push your feet into the earth as you inhale up to your warrior 1. That forward dive as we hover over our thighs, spinning onto your back toes. And lift into your warrior 3. Stepping back quietly and carefully to your warrior 1. And open into your warrior 2. Hips are open, your back heel is pivoted, and just drawing your inside of your left knee out towards the back end of your mat, not collapsing into the top of your mat there. And in your side angle, arm to thigh maybe, reaching this right arm over, or if it's there for you, your calf, your mat, or your block. Whether you can get a little deeper in those hips as we warm up. Getting these fingertips to reach high out from your foot. And then as you come back to your warrior 2, where does it feel? You can take your legs to. Sometimes when you're going deeper into your legs, you sort of feel like you're going deeper into your legs, if that makes sense. I want you to feel your legs are deep, but you're not sinking into them. This sort of separation of rooting and grounding and lift and flight. Let's bring our right arm over, frame our foot, find our 3-limb plank. Place your left foot on top of your right. Take Chaturanga to plank. And then let's find a Vinyasa. Through up dog or Cobra. And downward facing dog. Exhale. So we've nailed 3. We have 1 more to add. So nice and lifted through the lower belly. Making sure there's no tension in the neck. Breathing is full, it's not rushed. Not left it behind. Gaze is forward at your hands. Step or jump, top of mat. Straighten out the legs. Exhale, fold. Take a breath in, extend the arms up. Let's go straight for it, guys. Exhale, Tadasana. Lift the chest, gaze. Step or jump plank. Your Vinyasa. Into your up dog or Cobra. And your downward facing dog. Take your right leg off the mat. Bring that leg through. Your back foot is firm, your feet are grounding. Into your warrior 1. Take that dive forward, spin onto your back heel. Come up into your warrior 3. Step back to your warrior 1. And find your warrior 2. Lifting your front heel off the floor. Let's reverse our warrior. Feel from that heel that's lifted that your body's lifting to take you back as your hand slides down the back of your thigh or your knee, perhaps even reaching towards your calf. Lower your heel, take a windmill through the arms and step back to plank. I'm going to offer you a side plank here. So we're going to move on to our left side and take a side plank with the arm raised. You can put your left knee on the floor if you wish to, or you can extend this right arm over and hook your underneath waist away from your mat. Coming back to your plank and your downward facing dog. Exhale. Left leg is coming away from the mat. Oops. So is my lampshade. And bring that leg through. Back foot to the ground. Inhale, be your warrior. Exhale, dive. Spin onto your back toes. And lift to your warrior 3. Stepping back, warrior 1. And opening, warrior 2. Lift heel of your left heel. And reverse that warrior. Relish this hold. How often do we whiz through our reverse warrior? Just let that back bend develop. Press your heel down. Circle your arms around. Step back to your plank. Option to come with me right side with your plank. Just 1 more plank. We're done then. Extend that arm if it feels good. Come all the way back around. And then lower your knees and sit back to child's pose. Exhale. So we've taken our time to link 4 warriors together. We're going to flow 1 power flow through 3 more 4 warrior flows. All this is where you finish your practice. Onto Savasana, take some deep stretches. Or we're just going to come with me. Coming over the top of your cat, into your down facing dog. And back to our first downward dog, where we pedal out and we say good morning or good evening to our down dog. First time in our practice. And then we took a rise to the toes. And we took a little stillness in that down facing dog, just to register and breathe. Gaze is forward at your hands. You're going to walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Back is flat. Fold to your legs, exhale. Extend the arms high. Taking your right arm over towards the side, stretch side. and back to centre. I hope that makes sense. Over to the other side. And centre, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, cut the scissors at the top. And exhale the other way. Coming all the way up. Dropping into chair pose, hands to heart. Left elbow to right thigh. And back to chair. Right elbow, left thigh. And back to chair. Hands to mat, Tadasana. Lift the chest to gaze, step or jump plank. Vinyasa, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg is lifting, bring your right leg through between your hands, back foot to the ground. Inhale, warrior one. Take a dive forward, spin to the back toes and find warrior three. Step back to your warrior one. Open to your warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Windmill your arms, frame your foot. Step back to your plank. Chaturanga Dandasana or to the mat through up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Exhale, left leg leaves the mat. Step the left leg through, back foot to the ground. Push your feet into the ground, warrior one. Take that dive forward to your back toes. Lift into your warrior three. Messy one, step back, warrior one. And warrior two. You know it's live when we all fall over. Reverse your warrior. Windmill the arms. Find your plank. All the way down, Vinyasa your way. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Let's take our right leg off the mat. Step forward with your right leg, your back foot to the ground. Inhale to your warrior one. Dive it forwards. Back leg lifts off the mat. Warrior three. Step back. Your warrior one. Open the arms out. Warrior two. And reverse. Warrior. Circle the arms, frame the foot. Step back to your plank. Your Vinyasa. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take your left leg off the mat, step it through. Back foot to the ground, 2 feet pushing into the earth, warrior one. Take a dive forward, lifting the back leg, warrior three. Stepping back, warrior one. Open the arms, spread your wings, warrior two. Reverse your warrior, open your heart. Circle the arms, frame your foot, find your plank and your Vinyasa. So up dog or cobra and downward facing dog. Exhale, one more to complete our full warrior flow. Right leg leaves the mat. Step the right leg through, back foot to the ground, ground your feet. Fly your warrior one. Take a dive forward. Lift the back leg, warrior three. Step the back leg back, warrior one. Spread your wings, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Circle your arms and find your plank Vinyasa. Through upward dog or cobra and downward facing dog. Last one. Left leg is lifted. Step the left leg through, back foot down. Best warrior one today. Take a dive forward, spin to the back toes. Lift the back leg into your best warrior three ever. Step it back. Warrior one. Open. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Windmill your arms, frame your foot. Find your plank. Come all the way down onto your belly. And as you sit back to child's, bring your left arm and thread the needle through the space between your right hand and knee. And just stretch it out. And breathe. Let the hands find prayer. Come up onto your left elbow as you twist to the side of your mat. And then come up onto your heels as your hand wraps your thigh and your other hand holds your hip. And twist. Turn to face your knees, slide your hands forward and forward and forward until you find your puppy dog. Maybe your chin, maybe your heart will touch the floor this time. And as you slide it back in, bring your right hand through the space between your left hand and knee. And your head down. And you can reach that left hand out a bit further. And your hands into prayer. And just come up onto our right elbow and twist into our hands. Wrap your left arm behind your back, your right hand finds your hip. And we just take that quiet twist here. As you turn to face forward, come up onto your knees and hands and find a cat spine. Move your hands a little bit further forward and find downward facing dog. Just noticing your last downward facing dog. Like you notice your first, your second, your third. I wonder if we know how many down facing dogs we did in our practice today. And all of them we noticed each and every one. Just taking a walk to the top of your mat, crossing your feet behind your hands and just rolling onto your backs. Just going to move onto the side of my mat a little bit just for your view, and just hug your knees into your chest. And then we're going to catch the top of the knees and we're just going to big circles just to get nice and deep into our hip circles. And if perfect circles feel good, how about we mess it up a little bit with, like we were doodling around a bit with our legs. And then hug them both in nice and firmly. Just going to cross your left leg over your right. Still squeeze your legs in, squeeze them in nice and tight. Catch hold of your heels with your hands or the backs of your calves or thighs. And just straighten your legs up so our legs look like a set of cow's horns. And then have a little sort of move around through those legs, feet. Just adjust them until you get that stretch in the outside of your hips, and you can still have a little massage across the back. Just to work our hips a little bit after our warriors. And then when you let your feet go, just let them drop down by your hips again, arms to the side. You're going to take both legs over to the left side first and turn your head to the right side. And this will find this most amazing stretch in the outside of your hip, your waist, your obliques, maybe your glutes, your lower back. Your heart is open, your shoulders relaxed, your arms are lazy. Your breath is calm. And then as you exhale, take your legs over to the other side, which is the twisting side. And make sure your legs come to the ground there. If they don't, just uncross them or loosen them up a little bit. Same with your left shoulder. If it's tugging off the mat, you just move it. It's your arm, just wherever it feels comfortable, and you can have your head wherever you feel works. Sometimes we have our hair in a ponytail or a bun, and we have to move our head slightly different. Beauty regime gets in the way. And then back into the centre. Go back to those knee circles, those leg circles. All those squiggles, those doodles. And then cross your right leg over your left and squeeze your legs in. Find the backs of your heels or your calves, or even just the backs of your thighs, and find your set of cow's horns there above you. Play with the pressure, the position, the feelings. It's really hard to instruct because you feel it and you go with it. Whether you increase or whether you decrease the feeling to suit you. Massage for the back. And then let those feet go, just let the legs ping back down by your hips. We're going to take our legs to the right side. That deep, deep stretch. Turn your head, move your arms. Sometimes it's quite nice to bring your left arm just above your head. And then if you've taken your arm above your head, just bring it back down by your side. Bring your legs back into the centre and take them over to the left side. Exhale. Now as you draw your legs in, just uncross them, squeeze them in. And then we're just going to take our legs out, our arms out into a big full body stretch. We're going to take the biggest breath in and stretch our body out the longest we can. But then as we exhale, we're just going to let that go a little lazy and just retract a little bit. Let's find that again. So inhale, just stretch your body out the longest. And exhale, let it go lazy. That feels so nice. Let's do one more of those. Breath in. And breath out. Bringing your arms around your knees, hug your knees to your chest. So I'm going to come up and say goodbye to you. If you want to take some time in Savasana, just find your way to Savasana and enjoy a little time for yourself. Thank you so much. Otherwise, we're just going to roll up to meet our knees and find our way up to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me for a full warrior flow. Have the most amazing day. And then take a nice roll of the shoulders down. Take a breath in, breathe in the positive. And exhale the hands, all that positive energy to your heart. And namaste. Thank you so much.